Health officials continue to ask the public to practice social distancing during the coronavirus pandemic. KPVI News That Works for You journalist Kate Garner tells us how that isn't possible for everyone.
Aid for Friends is an emergency shelter for those facing homelessness in the Pocatello area. With the COVID-19 outbreak, the shelter is facing new challenges.
We'll keep the shelter functional and operating, but hopefully at a lower number of people staying there.
Right now, there are 40 people staying at the shelter, which is not ideal during an outbreak of disease. They need temporary housing to separate the residents into smaller groups. Until then, a doctor from the Pocatello Free Clinic is offering the shelter some help.
You can't be 6 feet apart from anyone any of the time. And so the main advice is to educate about this particular illness, this virus, how it spreads, and what people have to do to protect themselves.
Those in the shelter wear masks, wash their hands every 20 minutes, and clean surfaces they've touched.
The people in the shelter are very, very committed to helping each other, to really standing together to make this a safe home for everyone. But it's an impossible situation.
Those staying in the shelter already have compromised immune systems due to the situation, and having that many people together isn't great during a time like this. The shelter's doors are remaining open for those who need to take refuge, but until the shelter can find temporary housing to separate residents into smaller groups, it's only a matter of time until the inevitable happens.
Coronavirus is going to come to the population. And we just want to make sure we can isolate, protect the community from the people who live at the shelter, and protect the shelter from the people who live in the community.
To do that, the shelter is reaching out to local landlords, hotels, and anyone who could provide temporary housing.
40 people in one building is just not safe.
Looking at the most vulnerable of the population, which is the homeless, these are the people that really need the community to open up.
In Pocatello, I'm Kate Garner, KPVI News That Works for You.
During the pandemic, you can help the homeless by donating alcohol swabs, hand sanitizer, and other disinfectants to the shelter. At this time, the shelter is asking that you don't donate clothing because it can hold on to the virus for a longer period of time. For drop-off locations, visit our website at kpvi.com.